All right, guys, we're going to take a look at the reading and writing fill in the blanks number 3. This is practice number 3. So I'm going to scroll down. I've already zoomed in. This way it can fit on one page. Now, with the reading and writing fill in the blanks, you always got to look at your options. And then you decide whether or not you need to read something. So for the first one right here, when I drop down on this, you don't really know. There's not a lot of information here, so it's testing you on vocabulary. So this means we got to read a little bit. And if we read, where's the verb? Here. I need to see what they are talking about. The United Nations now counts 193 members. Okay? So 193 members, what are they talking about with those members? Are they doing anything? They're not doing anything. So if you say something like especially, like this, focusing in on what they like to do or what they want to do, right? Maybe you say something like, I like to eat pizza, especially cheese pizza, something like that, right? So this right here is not saying anything about that. It's saying counts 193 members. They're just telling you how many members they have. So for me, including, including sounds the best here. The reason is because they're just giving you the newest members, right? Because possibly here, no meaning. But if you say you have 193 members here, and then now you're saying including these new members, then that will make sense for me. And they're naming off the newest members. All right, so this is strictly reading here. You have to understand what they're talking about. So let's go to the next one. This one right here, we have collocation. This is straight up a collocation here. Why do I say that? Because I can see that they're talking about United Nations Day, okay? So United Nations Day is a special day, right? Now, would you agree that not all holidays are meant to be celebrated? What do I mean by that? Well, when you're talking about New Year's, what do? We celebrate New Year's, right? But there are some days that you're not supposed to be like super happy and partying and stuff like that. You shouldn't use celebrate for those days. It's the special day. And another way to say that you are celebrating, but not in a happy way, is observed. This is a collocation. This is a vocabulary word. So the United Nations Day is observed on this date right here. All right? Because normally when you see a holiday, you will say celebrate. None of those words come close to any type of holiday. Observed is that collocation. All right, so that one's the one I would pick. Next, and we have grammar. We have past perfect, simple past, present perfect, and future tense. So that means we need to look for a clue within the time. Oh, here it is right here. A clue within the time that they're talking about. In recent decades. That is the clue. In recent decades, it means, let me draw it out for you. Hopefully it fits on the screen right here. In recent decades, it means that it goes back a few decades, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right? And does it include present time? Does it come up until now? In recent means yes, recent means now, right? So in recent decades, from maybe the past 20, 30, 40 decades until recent decades here, it's all included. What time is that? If you're going from the past and it comes to the present, would you agree that it is called present perfect? That's the tense that I would pick. Recent decades, something from the past until the present. You will go with that. All right, next. That's vocabulary again. All right, a lot of vocabulary here. So this is the United Nations, UN peacekeeping. Come on. When you're talking about those type of organizations, when they do things, right, what do they call it? They're operations. They're called operations, right? Whatever project they're working on, they call it an operation. It's not a business, right? Definitely not a business. A process? No, it doesn't sound right. An operation. Any type of these government organizations, when they do something, it's called an operation, all right? So that one's the one that I would pick. And then lastly here, okay, it's kind of vocabulary, also kind of grammar. because which ones can actually go here with the comma afterwards? And so on will not work. You can't put and so on with a comma afterwards. Oops, what am I can't draw. So and so on, I wouldn't pick. That one doesn't work. Likewise, you can. Thus far, you can. And then on top of that, you cannot. I said on top of that. There is no that. You see? You can't actually put on top of plus a comma. So we're looking at likewise and thus far. Thus far means so far, right? Likewise means something that is the same. That's why it says like. So let's see what they're talking about here. They're talking about dates. You see that? There's dates from here and then dates to here. Okay? When they have dates, I'm going to be thinking thus far. Means so far. Okay? So far, this has been going on. And then 16 currently underway. Yes, close to 100. Yeah, so far. I would say so far. With all these time references, I wouldn't go with likewise. I would go with so far because they're telling you so far during this time, they have been doing this, they have been doing that. And these are the answers that I would pick. I hope that helped. I hope that made sense.